Brett.
Mr. Secretary General, thank you for your remarks and your leadership. Really appreciate it. At our think tank, Foundation for Defense of Democracies, our Center on Military and Political Power, we've been researching how China, Russia, Iran, and North Korea are cooperating. Based on your role, I'm wondering if you could speak in more depth about how Russia and Iran are cooperating and how that's increasing the capabilities of both Russia with respect to Eastern Europe and Ukraine and also Iran in the Middle East. Thank you, sir.
They're absolutely cooperating. I mean, North Korea, China, Iran, Belarus, and Russia are working together when it comes to this war of aggression against Ukraine. And particularly when it comes to Iran and Russia, it is drone technology. It is other military technology, and the Russians are returning with money, and the money is being spent for Iran to create the utter chaos. They are the main exporter of chaos in the Middle East, through their proxies, but also directly trying to build this ballistic missile capability and the nuclear capability. We have seen these missiles going into US property about 4,000 kilometers, so 2,500 miles away from Iran. So that is quite a distance, which shows you that Iran is close to really having operationalized that technology. And again, that's the reason why I think it is so important that the US has degraded those two capabilities, both nuclear and ballistic missiles. But it is technology into Russia, money from Russia to Iran.
Ambassador Markarova.
Thank you, former Ukraine's ambassador.
Yes,
thank you, Mark,
course.
for
Good
your
to see
excellent leadership and in NATO and before. But thank you, Brett, for excellent question. Given that our enemies really cooperate together and they work together hand in hand, not just on Ukraine, but elsewhere, do you think Ukraine's capabilities, and there is no doubt that Ukraine's drone capabilities and others, is the answer to so many problems, not just in Ukraine, and the need to build this transatlantic bridge, Ukraine, Europe, the US, actually calls for renewed discussions on Ukraine's membership in NATO. And I know it's not on the table right now, but the preparation and everything that we actually can be stronger in Ukraine can contribute to NATO as it can.
Yes, okay, so at the NATO summit in Washington, when NATO was celebrating the 75 years, there was an agreement on the irreversible path of Ukraine into NATO, but also the fact of the matter is that a couple of countries are holding back, including Germany and Slovakia, Hungary, the United States. So I don't think it is on the table right now. And that is, being a practical guy, but also President Zelensky being a practical man, we had to shift from NATO to what then? To make sure that the Russians will not attack after a long-term ceasefire or even better, a peace deal. And that is this concept of the security guarantees which are now being discussed. Because I don't think it will be I will be able, or we will be able collectively to solve that NATO membership in the short term. I don't think it will happen politically. So I think that's the fair assessment. And when it comes to Ukraine's capabilities, we have a joint center in Poland, JTEC, where we take all the lessons from what you guys are learning through this terrible war. And we are so looking up with a steep angle to what you are doing. We're really impressed. But we are trying to capture all those lessons also to figure them into our NATO defense plans going forward. And particularly when it comes to drones and anti-drone technology, of course, you are the masters. Zelensky wisely traveled to the Middle East to help Middle Eastern Gulf countries now with dealing with the drone threat from Iran. So this is evidence of Ukraine really stepping up and also making use of its capacities now and capabilities, also when it comes to the region in the Middle East.
Let's go back to this side of the room in the back row, and we'll come to the middle.